kina kwenye taarifa zetu zijazo. Sasa tusonge mbele kidogo, ambapo balozi wa Umoja wa Afrika kuhusu masuala ya miundo msingi barani Raila Odinga ni mgeni wa heshima hii leo katika mkutano wa muungano wa vyama vya wafanyakazi barani Afrika awamu ya 42 hapa jijini Nairobi. Mkutano huo unawaleta pamoja viongozi wa vyama vya kutetea maslahi ya wafanyakazi, mwenyeji wao akiwa katibu mkuu wa muungano wa vyama vya wafanyakazi nchini Kotu, Francis Atwoli.
Standardization of rules will also have to include reforms that help African trade more with itself, so that we don't have to keep looking overseas for trade and skilled labor. Intra-African trade stands today at 15%. Inter-European trade stands at 70%. Inter-Asian trade stands at 50%. That means that Africa trades more with the external world than with itself. And this is what we want to reverse. It is a challenge that our labor leaders must consistently tackle by working in close consultations with our governments. When we trade more, we create work for our people. Labor movements will also have to work with governments to ensure a speedy modernization of our customs and border crossings to make it easier for us to trade with each other, for workers to move from country to country, and for investors to set up shop and provide jobs. Clear rules of engagement will enable us to see each other as partners rather than competitors in the grand plan to make Africa great and competitive. Often, the unfortunate happenings of struggling Africans turning against fellow struggling Africans are never government policies. Such happenings result from frustration with the inadequacy of our economies and the smallness of the ugali. But, ladies and gentlemen, it is very disturbing that you can see fellow Africans burning businesses belonging to same fellow Africans, killing fellow Africans because they are alien to their own countries. Where this conference is taking place, this hotel, down there's a Thorn Tree restaurant. That Thorn Tree restaurant used to be known as the South African Corner. That is where the South African exiles used to meet, in that place. It is therefore very disturbing that today South Africans would be killing fellow Africans who have gone there. People who have been liberated from apartheid with the efforts of all Africa. This is completely unacceptable. It is a shame on Africa that this should be happening on our continent. And therefore, we've urged our fellow the leaders in South Africa to rise up and wake up and walk the talk. It is not only enough to condemn such acts, but very decisive action must be taken to ensure that there's no repeat of those kind of acts. It's shameful. We condemn racial discrimination in the United States, when fellow black people are being lynched for no other reason than that they are black. Yet you can see this discrimination of black on black is just as appalling as white on black or yellow or blue and red on black. We want to change Africa, and I'm talking here as a Pan-Africanist and an Afro-optimist. Afro-optimist as opposed to Afro-pessimists. Afro-pessimists are those who have given up on Africa. Those who say that Africa is a lost continent, that Africa cannot make it. Afro-optimists are those who believe in the power of the African people to develop Africa. And it is possible it can be done. And that's why the AU has come up with the Africa Vision 2063, which is aimed at transforming Africa completely and making this continent an African continent. To do this, you have said that we need to open Africa. The African Free Trade Agreement has been signed now by all the 54 states. But how does Africa trade with itself without infrastructure? I'll give an example of a country called Central African Republic. It is just a stone's throw away from Kenya. Only South Sudan is between Kenya and the Central African Republic. But how does Kenya get its goods to Bangui, the capital of Central African Republic? There's no infrastructure. So you have to put it in a ship in Mombasa to go around the Cape, and then along the West African coast to Cameroonian port of Douala, then by truck again all the way to Bangui. The French are there before you. And that's why in Bangui, they drink Kenyan coffee, they drink Kenyan tea, christened as English breakfast tea. So we need to transform Africa, and the African Union has come up with several infrastructure projects. The highways, the railway lines, the high-speed railway lines, the free air transport.
Naam, kwingineko mtazamaji ni kwamba sasa wanakamati wa bodi ama wa ile kamati ya ardhi nchini NLC wanapigwa msasa na tume ya bunge kuhusu ardhi, na sasa anayehojiwa ni Tiya Galgalo ambaye ni mbunge mteule wa kitambo. Hebu moja kwa moja tuelekee bungeni tupate taarifa hiyo.
You know, it is claimed that you amended the position on 19 September 2018 and included employment income of Kenya shillings 8 million.
Tiya, I will encourage you to write down.
Yes,
because,
it's important. It's important.
There are many issues, so you are not. I'll give you time to look for your notebook.
Yes.
And if you want him to repeat, then he can repeat slowly, so that you can capture the issues.
But because of experience, madam, you know, she's been also a teacher. Maybe she has also sharp memory. She can keep these things. So, Mheshimiwa, there are two issues that comes out of this. You know, it appears now they are also lying, trying to say that you lied to KRA in what you are earning. You gave wrong information. And now, KRA, because it is an institution that is mandated to give us the report. Now they are saying the circumstances under which your tax compliance certificate was issued is currently under investigation, and you don't meet conditions of issuance of tax compliance certificates, as the returns for year 2017 had not been filed. KRA is currently investigating various TCCs that were irregularly issued, including this, under DCI. In fact, they've gone ahead to even to quote the file number. They mention here 102/2019. Madam, you know, these are very serious allegations. And you know, we do a lot of respect that we have. You know, we are not even supposed to proceed because in real sense, you don't meet the qualifications or you don't meet the prerequisite set standards for the recruitment or the appointment to this position. So what do you have to say about all these allegations, because they're serious? It's the criminality in its sense. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Not the questions. We will go to the next person, and that is the Honorable Member for Ganze.
Chair, thank you very much.
The way we've been doing it is that we put three members together. We just note the questions, then you respond, then we take another three.
A point of order.
Unless you feel that it's too much for you.
Chair.
What is out of order, Honorable?
I'm reading.
she first answer that question because it's very sensitive.
It's very long.
Let us not burden her.
It is long, Chair.
Okay.
It's very long and could be a knockout at the same time.
Okay then, Honorable Tiya, we now give you a chance to respond to those issues.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you for the question, Honorable. I want to state that I applied for KRA certificate on the date said by Honorable, and I was issued with a certificate of compliance, which is available, and I think I have attached to the documents.
Please table. You will be assisted by the lady in yellow.
Yes. So the certificate, the compliance certificate was issued on 23rd November 2018 upon application online as required, and this certificate was sent to me by KRA on my email. So, I followed the due process, and I did apply, and it was sent to me via my email, and this is what I had printed, and I think I had used this document for other appointments. So I did apply for this one. I used the same. I would also want to state, Madam Chair, that on issuance of this particular certificate of compliance, no issue was raised at all to me by KRA officers. I was given the certificate, and not at any one point did I ever know that this one had an issue until the day before yesterday, when a lady from KRA called Penina called me and told me that if I was Tiya Galgalo, and I said yes, and that this certificate has a problem. And I asked what kind of problem it was, and she told me that you had not filed returns for 2017 and 2018. So I asked her, what do I need to do? Because that time I was in Parliament. On 2018, I was in county government. She told me to look for P9 form. And I said then I needed some time because I had now to come to Parliament, look for HR, and also get the P9 form, which was submitted by Parliament to Kenya Revenue Authority, which is available here. So I came, and this was...
Naam, mtazamaji, anayehojiwa hapa ama anayepigwa msasa hapo ni Tiya Galgalo ambaye ni mbunge mteule